Back at the W3Champions finals, second last day on the second last series, we move into an ORC mirror. It is Soin versus FoCuS. Who's gonna survive until the final day?
I'm stoked for this. Very stoked. I was talking to Hitman the other day about he would just, for some reason, he felt like telling me just how much Soin destroyed him on ladder in ORC mirror, and how impressed he was with this Soin play. But you know, FoCuS on the other hand, he's kind of the king of the FoCuS headers in a way. He was the first to be at a true top level on FoCuS headers, which of course is meta in this matchup. We could see some blade going back and forth, but man, I love this matchup. But ORC mirror is so great. It's so fun.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite mirrors. Feels like a lot of stuff is possible there with lots of different hero variations and also tier 2 armies. And thanks to Hex and Ensnare, there always seems to be potential for aggression. Unlike, for example, Undead Mirror, which tends to be a little bit dull in the early phases, certainly. Seems like in ORC mirror, there's always threat, there's always danger. Also a reason why I enjoy this quite a bit. You mentioned Hitman. He's a big fan of Soin, just like yourself. I was wondering in the break, are we going to see a Blade Master here perhaps from Soin? Pretty damn sure FoCuS is not going to touch the blade at all. But by Soin, perhaps it is a possibility.
I think so, right? We did see... We've seen Blade Master from him pretty much at least once per series, I feel like. At least most of the series that I remember casting of Soin in ORC mirror. He does it, he mixes it in once. And we have Tidehunters as the first map, apparently. So that's actually a good Blade map.
Alrighty, we have our maps set up, as it seems. Northern Isles, Springtime, Tidehunters, that's what it's about. Seems to be a little bit of a confusion here right now, but we'll figure it out. This is the bracket.
Turning Canadian, Neo. Figure it out.
I spent so much time with you, man. How can I not? How can I not? It's a bad influence.
Yeah.
Here we go. Happy and Foggy in the winners final. Tomorrow in the first best of 5. And FoCuS, Soin, Colorful, and Labyrinth fighting for the last 2 remaining spots. Yep. So, okay, it's gonna be 1 orc in either 2 undeads or 2 night elves. Pretty balanced. I mean, as we oftentimes see in chat, Warcraft 3 is basically a game with 3 races, so perfect distribution almost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just forget the human exists, whatever, and then move on. Luckily, I mean, the matchups that are possible without human are still quite entertaining, at least. If human had all the most entertaining matchups, would be unfortunate, except for a human versus night elf. I suppose what we'll be missing. But, you know, undead against night elf nowadays is pretty much the same as what human night elf once was, so...
Alright, it feels like... maybe we have to do the map picks and bans again. Time for us to show you that we do weekly cups every single week. We've done this for like 6 months or so in the European region every Friday. And now we add the Americas region every single Wednesday. Carson's gonna be there for you, casting this thing. It's up on challenge. Oh, damn, I set up a command for that. Was it na.lul.backtowarcraft.com?
Oh, we have one of those now. Nice. Yeah,
maybe.
The sign up is available for people to sign up. It wasn't yesterday, but we got it sorted.
We got it sorted. We got also the time adjusted for people on the NA East side and also for the people in South America. It's now starting half an hour earlier at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That is 5 p.m. Pacific time. That is 2 a.m. European time. And there's a lot of support for this cup. If you look at the Matcherino, last time it was $520 gathered. Kleine Schildpad is added again with another 50. So this cup on Wednesday night is about $150. Not too shabby at all.
Yeah, we had some sick games also. It was very, because we have the NA Cup every, or the, not the NA Cup, we have the Back to Work Weekly every Friday, which tends to, at first, it was very, very exciting games. We know a lot of the players, but now Happy seems to be dominating everyone. And every once in a while, we get a really nice series. That Sonic Happy series was great. A couple weeks back, we had the Soin Happy series where we'll be at Rowerland, things like that. But for the NA Cup now on Wednesdays, so many new faces, so many new players. We got some really, really good series. I think I casted like 3 over hour-long best of 3s, which is quite nice. That guy Razor Moon, absolutely killing it.
Love this guy, man. Since the World Series qualifier, those were sick games.
We got to see Duck. Maybe we'll get to see Cruncher. Maybe I'll try to convince him eventually. Maybe Deuce, Rebuke. Although you guys might not know who that is. Might possibly be playing a little bit. So we'll try to get some more known names. Maybe I'll hit up Sonky as well. It's only going to get better and better, you guys.
I got inside information of a player that you were very, very fond of. That is, I think, also a fellow Canadian. I heard the legendary Hackslayer might start a comeback.
Ooh, very nice. Excited to see him play. He's the get the W type of player, and I respect those sort of players.
Remo is just smiling there. What are you talking about, these noobs? Give me my Happies, give me my Lins, give me Chemico.
I just like the euphemism. It's the win the game kind of player, which translates to tanks and liquid fire bats all day, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he plays like Warden, Mass Hunt, Glaive AP push and stuff like that. Whatever it takes to win the game. Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Exactly. Cash me outside, as I like to say. How about that?
1,000 up, 1,000 down. Catch me outside.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, you can't get fooled again, as we like to say.
Carson is indeed a man of wisdom. Yeah, you might.
Carson's in a good mood today. I don't know if he's sleep deprived or what, but
you should have seen me. You should have seen me yesterday, dude. I was donezo yesterday. I slept not bad. Many naps. I do tend to lose my mind during these tournaments though, because it's sort of like jet lag, but at home. It's strange. Is Carson dissing EU? Always. I'm always dissing EU. Scruff it. Always.
Good times. All right, we got the vetoes done. I think we're ready. Are the players ready? Go, question mark. I think we're about to hop into this one. Soin and FoCuS. The king of the Orc Mirror. Who is it going to be? Lately, FoCuS has had the upper hand, but let's see if Soin can turn it around. This is, after all, his tournament. The one where Soin normally performs very well, but finds himself here in the lower bracket. Against the ropes now.
Yeah, 2 grand finalists, isn't it? These guys have both been in the grand final, both against Happy.
Right on. Before you guys take over to bring us the action, I got an update from the prize pool. $3,669. Thanks to Fake Face Chan. Super broke after the wedding, but at least that, dude, that's super sweet. Congrats on the wedding. I hope it was yours. So let's kick this off, everybody. Who survives until Championship Sunday? It's Soin vs FoCuS.
All right, let's get this started with my wonderful orc comrade. Carson is gonna dissect this game wonderfully for us. Speaking of broke, by the way, this morning I took a look at my wallet, and guess what? I was one of the 2 broke girls because I noticed I spent 110 euros on drinks last night. Jesus Christ. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Are you the one with the horse?
What? Which horse?
One of the broke girls has a horse.
Ah, I didn't know that.
My horse is amazing.
Is it the brunette one?
No, the blonde.
Not interested in her. Excuse me. Anyways, we're talking about the game, Neo. Please be serious, all right? Can you please stop with your nonsense here? We're gonna have an Orc Mirror coming up, and, well, I was thinking for a second perhaps this might be a Blade Master play, but no, this is not the case. For Soin, he's going Farseer instead. Is Blade Master just not playable anymore nowadays in Orc Mirror? Is Farseer just what you must go for, or what are we seeing here?
Yeah, I think Blade could be possible, but we've seen in the past just how difficult it is to pull off. I think Farseer is simpler just to get a gauge of the game. Is your opponent gonna, in a cheesy mood, today? Is your opponent in a more standard mood today? I think to start off with FoCuS is the safest bet for sure, and especially against FoCuS, he has so many different sort of cheeses that he likes to pull off at times. I don't. I'm not actually sure how common Panda is. There was a while there when Panda second was like the way to play, but I think it's almost fallen out of favor nowadays as well. So maybe Firelord cheeses could actually be stronger.
When I feel like a couple of weeks back it was still all about the Panda. Just the tier 2 timing advantage seemed to look so good there, and also being able to pressure the headhunters. Seems like you're ahead of the curve there compared to me. Yeah, I wonder what this is gonna be. It always felt weird to me when I first saw the Panda. I was like, how can you say no to a TC?
Right,
TC's so good. It's like the best hero in the game. But yeah, the timings, I think, make a huge difference there on tier 2.
Yeah, and the haze is definitely not something to underestimate as well. There's no real way to deal with that. It might even be better. I had this conversation with Hitman. The Drunken Haze as opposed to Heal Wave, like say you're playing Blade Master into Panda or Blade Master into Shadowhunter and you're being all in. The Drunken Haze, if you land it good on the headhunters, might actually be better damage mitigation-wise than Heal Wave is. I think it's actually more efficient, so Panda overall is very, very strong in that regard.
Neo loves the fact that somebody else is playing Drunken Haze even.
It's the best!
Makes himself heard there during eating. That Drunken Haze. You know, I mean, I'm a big fan of beer myself, so how could I disagree?
Absolutely.
Level 2 now acquired, and we continue to creep. A fast level 3 seems to be the approach. Quite the passive game so far.
Lightning Shield being used to creep. I would like to see Soin save one of those charges for the level 3 engage. Yeah, interesting thing about Farseer Headhunter Mirror, you can kind of just keep creeping, because Farseer level 5, not necessarily a win condition, but if you have level 5 and your opponent is level 4, 4.5, something like that, it is a huge advantage, not just for the fights, but also for the economic harass. So you can get away with just going from camp to camp to camp to camp. I think Kiwikaki used to play that style back in the day, but Soin goes forward and sends the headhunters a little bit back, and he's going to look for some pressure. Surprised that FoCuS is not level 3. I wasn't paying too much attention, but why is he not level 3?
Speaking of wolf harass, by the way, why don't orcs wall off their gold mine?
I don't know. It's it should be walled off eventually, especially once the Farseers hit level 5, but you know, burrows, you need to have them a little bit defensive too, because they can tend to die against a lot of headhunters. So having 2 exposed burrows is rough compared to just having the 1. But I think it would be the main reason would be potential all-ins, like Farseer, Firelord all-ins with towers and stuff like that, maybe. Good question.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If it's like with a Spirit Lodge, maybe you could do it, but some bases are weird, some layouts are weird. Especially if you ask Ente, who builds his base like a 4-year-old. But that is beside the point. Farseer harassing, trying to get towards that level 3. FoCuS has his army positioned elsewhere, and Soin finds himself with a nice level lead, and we see a double Panda here, which tells me that you are a liar, Carson.
All right, apparently it's still in favor. I just, you know, do what I'm told when it comes to Orkmir, and that's what Hitman told me, that it sucks, but apparently it does not suck, because FoCuS and Soin do not suck. And Headhunter's going to be chased down, and we're just going to see maybe a favored trade for FoCuS here if he can find these couple of low HP units.
Do you guys also have the Drunken Haze bug right now? I mean the Breath of Fire bug?
No. I do not. I had it about a month ago, and it just fixed itself randomly, which was a lot of fun. All those streams without it. One header going to go down. Chain Lightning, make that 2. And oh my god, Panda and Chain Lightning is a pretty ridiculous combo against Headhunters.
Oh my gosh, golly. Earth, Storm, and Fire. Earth is missing. What is the Earth equivalent of like AoE spells? Earthquake, I suppose.
It would have to be Earthquake. I was trying to think of something other than an ultimate, other than the obvious one. Oh, Farseer taking a lot of damage from that forward burrow. He's going to back away for now. And supply check 32 against 30. So at the end of the day, even though it got a little bit messy, both players lost around the same. Soin close to losing 2 headers in his base, but keeps them alive for the time being. And tier 3, pretty much even. So no huge advantage on either side of this map.
Thank you, Marshall Spirit with the resub, and Butt Crumbs with the $5 says, "Woo, Remo, we love you. That's very nice. And also says that he's throwing the protein powder, which I feel like is a reference that I don't understand. But tell you what, if you're looking for protein powder, check out Huel. They got amazing stuff. I use it myself. It is FoCuS. And FoCuS is pressing forward. He doesn't have many units here, but his hero's still looking to tango.
Yeah, FoCuS needs to heal up. Has a good heal. Oh, Panda is that surround. Panda can move to the south. Oh, FoCuS I think could have secured that kill. Maybe still can. Peons, bumbly, butterfingers. The peons move to the back, and the Panda falls. And FoCuS maybe finds himself with a slight edge here, especially if he falls back and creeps now with that Panda.
Yeah, Soin had a good start here with his fast level up on 3, but seems to have been struggling a bit.
Oh, Panda. Oh, Breath of Fire. Puts
FoCuS
vulnerability,
well.
greater heal. Okay, crazy exchange here. Surprised that FoCuS is still being aggressive.
Got a lot of army trickling in here, coming in from the main base. Does he have troll region? Not really, right? So these trolls still... Wait, does he? No, no way. Oh, Panda in trouble again! It is an extension of the Pandas.
Into
extinction,
the
I
creeps
mean.
with level 2!
Level 2 and denies himself.
The creeps, what the hell? Okay, couldn't buy an item there. I think he
surround!
got away. Surround town portal now. What the hell is going on in this early mid game?
Looking for more kills. Another headhunter is going to go down. Soin realizes he can't go for the FoCuS. He's just going to TP out. He's looking for exchange kills himself, and both players suffering quite a few losses. It's a bloody game all of a sudden after this passive early. Tier 3 now reached. Big upgrades soon to come. Wait, where's the Panda for Soin? He hasn't started remaking him yet. Oh!
Wow.
Wait, it's still alive. Never mind.
Oh.
that was
Okay,
the other Panda XD. FoCuS' Panda are gonna be coming back soon. Berserkers soon to be upgraded, and Bloodlust.
Yeah, both players chasing down units the entire game. You know, you do tend to question why the hell am I even building units sometimes in FoCuS Headhunter Mirror, because it just seems like your units do nothing but run away from the heroes on both sides. It's like these units, they're just running. Both the shamans should have ran further, but they run to the back and they can't go anywhere else. They're gonna go down, and now Headhunter's gonna start falling for FoCuS in his base. On the side of Soin, Wolves gonna be chasing. Yeah, these units are just running. They're just running the whole game.
Dude, this is a crazy game. Like, what's even happening? It's so hard to take stock of who's
I know.
in the lead. What are you gonna do next? Like, what's the next attempt? Dude, look at the minimap. All the creep camps are still left.
Yeah.
They've just been punching each other in the face this whole game.
Yeah, so easy to kill these squishy units off. Pandas around the same experience. For Soin, he's slightly ahead in supply, and he did consolidate, and he's healing up quite nicely now. But the Panda already started creeping for FoCuS. Yeah, I'm trying to take stock here, but I think I'd put Soin like 5% ahead. He's got actually maybe 20% ahead. He's actually got 3 shamans. FoCuS is 0 currently, so...
Shadowhunter, of course, has to be added third. The TC nowadays gets skipped quite a bit, but the Shadowhunter is too valuable, with Heal Wave especially. Of course, according to Happy, the best hero in the game, the Shadowhunter. Well, what's your evaluation on that?
Well, I think Orc heroes are extremely strong, but I would put the TC probably over the Shadowhunter if I was talking about Orc heroes.
My man. My choice also must be TC. Has some downsides though, but can be incredibly strong. We don't see a TC here, but we see the Panda. Is that AoE gonna be good enough? Both Pandas only level 2. The DPS not that crazy yet. FoCuS on the back foot at the moment. It seems like was getting chased there by the speed scroll. Berserk activated. We have 5 Berserkers though on FoCuS versus only 3. But somehow Soin is dictating the tempo here. He's got way more shaman.
Wolves being focused down right away. FoCuS for FoCuS is low, but I don't see any way of Soin being able to secure that kill. 1 Berserker falls. Purge and the Shaman out of position. Yeah, the Shaman count is extremely low. The Breath of Fire was all right. Shaman's being focused now with the Chain Lightning. 1 to the back. The Heal Wave is good. Chain Lightning on the FoCuS of FoCuS. He'll probably be able to get away. No, Town Portal forced Breath of Fire wasted into the TP, but Soin again seems to win the fight, but he's got a few units being chased right now.
Game still feels very much up in the air, if you ask me. All the supply lead is certainly on FoCuS. Chasing down more units might get the next shaman. With the triple hero combo still available here in the middle of the map. Low mana on Soin's side. Looking for a hero kill on the Shadowhunter. Oh, and snaps that surround.
Jesus.
Easy. FoCuS kind of walking into that one. Was only level 1 though. Not gonna be benched for too long.
Soin pulls a little bit further ahead. Again, he was ahead in the Shaman count before. Now he forced a TP, killed the Shadowhunter. But again, it takes one wave of spells for FoCuS to even the tides again. A couple units are going to fall. There's a Shaman, there's a Berserker going down. Oh, but the Panda purged out of position. It's not enough damage, I don't think.
Get one more purge. Speaking of which, Shadowhunter also getting... Did he just purge his own Shadowhunter? I think he did. What did that do?
You got absolutely nothing.
All right, fair enough. Just press the buttons. You know, it's like Dota. Just press the buttons. Hope it works out.
FoCuS goes back. And no attack upgrades yet for either player. Only now Bloodlust finishing for Soin, whereas FoCuS has it, but he's only got the single Shaman. Okay, make that 2 as the reinforcements come in, but a 9 supply advantage for FoCuS. And Shadowhunter is meeting up with the army again, too. FoCuS might continue to go forward here with this supply advantage.
Farseer's mana looking quite good over here on Soin, especially with the mana pot in his pockets. And now we have the first Bloodlust. Rah, rah, rah. Officially online. Someone getting close to level 5? Not really. We still got a ways to go.
Yeah, the Panda sitting level 3, probably more likely to tilt these fights, but the experience is essentially dead even on all these heroes, except for I think the Shadowhunter advantage for Soin is maybe significant, but 44 against 49. FoCuS purging the Snow Overseer. This could be a nice aura if he can get it, but he's out of position for the second.
Wound Bracers, not very useful, I suppose. Could help in a pinch, perhaps. Panda also in a pinch. Getting zapped, getting healed. Shadowhunter proving his worth here with the heat wave, but seems like FoCuS has more mana on his healer. Mana potion, though, still available for Soin. Who's the most valuable hero here to devour that potion?
Hard to say. Probably Farseer, I would say. Just for more chain lightning, and just always having a summon of wolves is nice.
Oh!
Item stolen, mana stone.
Yoink! That is slippity sloppity. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. He's slipping and slopping all over the place. Unbelievable. He's going down a mountain right now. Can't stop.
Dude,
it's like
dude,
the
I've never
nightmare
done a slip and slide in my life. One of the biggest regrets I have. Of the many.
One tip, make sure there's water on it.
And soap.
And soap, yeah. And, the Achilles heel for both players. Oh, that breath! Oh, no! Continues to slide down the mountain, Soin. Oh, and the AoE is piling up. It seems like FoCuS. His units aren't taking any damage. It's level 2 on the Shadow. And yeah, the Pandas. Very similar to the TC. The strength hero in the front line in this matchup always gets focused until it's killed. But it's easier to keep the Panda alive, of course, because no Stomp to deal with. But seems like FoCuS pulling ahead. Look at the gold right now.
Dude, FoCuS got like no items. He's got one clarity. I mean, one circlet. That's it. How's that even possible? How does he have no item? I guess that's what happens when you get your items stolen. How weird is this? He's got one circlet, dude. Like, that's it.
Red camp, though, maybe can make the difference. Khadgar's, of course, is insane in this sort of a game for the Shamans, for the heroes. It's all about mana, really.
FoCuS picks up the Invuln and Heal Scroll. Those are incredibly helpful in these fights. Feels like that's worth a ton of supply, just having these two items. If perfectly timed and used properly, should be very, very beneficial. We see a lot of Bloodlust here on auto-cast for Soin. Is he wasting a bit of mana here, perhaps? Seems like he doesn't perhaps need it so much right now, the Bloodlust.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't use it on Shamans, which can sometimes happen. As long as they're on Berserkers, I mean, it lasts long enough, I think, to justify for the creeping. Shadow, by the way, level 3, that's a huge upgrade if only he had some mana. And Legion Doomhorn is going to also be excellent just for the positioning. Also, the regen on top of Troll regen is going to be nice for this army. And hard to say who's going to win this fight, but FoCuS has broken upkeep, and you mentioned Heal Scroll, going to be worth its weight in gold.
A town is under siege.
Sentry Ward's left behind. Perhaps FoCuS finally going to get another item. Just picked up the Periapt, which is okay on the Panda. Obviously, he's the front liner. He is going to get focused. So he's got the Periapt now and the Invuln to rely on. That's pretty good. Also, shop at the expansion, which means FoCuS maybe thinking about a tiny here over at the net.
By the way, FoCuS, more experience in the FoCuS, quite a bit, in fact. We might be reaching that 5 versus 4.5 situation I mentioned at the beginning of the game, and FoCuS has already started harassing the peons. He killed, I think, one and forced a burrow up for quite a while. This isn't going to be the end. If they take one big fight and trade off armies, when it's very low supply, and then when there's very low shaman count, having level 3 wolves versus 2 can make a huge difference. And it's going to be FoCuS at this stage that gets level 5 first.
Has anybody used Hex this game, by the way?
I don't think so, not yet.
Kind of a dead skill point, right? Hasn't really too much of a help. FoCuS desperately needs level 3 on the Shadow. That's where he is far behind in terms of hero level, in terms of army strength. And the bottom right, we got 2 camps left. The orange, perhaps not that big of a deal, but the red camp certainly is. FoCuS is eyeing it up right now. That could open himself up to a creep jack over here.
+3 attack now finishing for Soin. That's going to be probably the go-go sign. Sends a Bloodless Shaman back to deal with the wolves. It's going to be more experience. It's a nice play from Soin to deal with that distraction attempt. But in the meantime, FoCuS, red camp claws +12. That could go on to the FoCuS or the Shadow Hunter. It's not too bad. Or the Panda on level 4 if he gets Drunken Brawler, I suppose.
A bit more DPS. Not that like the armies are lacking DPS. I think there's tons of damage indeed between these two players. It looks very mirrored at the moment. Army size comparable. Of course, the comp also very comparable. It is the same basically. But no, wait a minute. I double check and I see it's a 10 supply lead over here for FoCuS. Was able to pull ahead and now defensively positioned in the main base. Seems like it would be quite the mistake here for Soin to force a fight right now.
Yeah, and because of that, maybe FoCuS going to be looking to get that expansion. You mentioned it a couple minutes ago, but it's a possibility now with the shop over there. Claws +12 could be sold, and that could help fund said expansion for FoCuS, who doesn't have +3 attack yet. That is the one disadvantage he has. If he has the supply advantage, he has the damage disadvantage overall. And level 5 FoCuS, let's not forget, right around the corner for FoCuS. Here we go.
Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, big damage, Chain Lightning follow-up, but the heal wave is perfectly timed. Nicely done by Soin. Panda in the front lines, both taking heaps of damage, both dropping low, inward potion. It's perfectly synchronized so far. But FoCuS should have the bigger army here, or does he? Upgrade advantage, like you said, slightly in favor of Soin, but the arc looks better, the position looks better for FoCuS. There was a huge heal scroll. Incredibly beneficial. Heal wave again, but everything's low. Lightning shield in the back. So much damage on the Berserkers and Shadow Hunter. If he falls, he can't fall. He's the healer. Trying to hex, trying to escape, but no, there's a zippity zap, clickety clack. He goes down. And if the Panda survives for FoCuS, this should be his game.
Yeah, Soin needed a heal scroll so desperately. That's what made the difference for FoCuS. Not just the supply advantage, but that perfectly timed heal scroll. Look at all these units. Panda, there's the hex we were talking about just in time to kill the Panda. And that's going to be 1-0 for FoCuS. GG is called, and really, really weird even game through and through until really one big fight at the end.
Sick game. Holy moly. Orc Mirror is turning into my favorite matchups when it's all about damage, and this AoE was sick throughout the game. Massive Chain Lightnings, massive Breath of Fire. Love to see it. That positioning by FoCuS at the end was really damn good, preventing Soin from getting another heal scroll. It was a cool back and forth, and the veteran FoCuS prevails for now.
Okay, Springtime will be map number 2. If this is a Blade Master map, I've never seen it on this map before, but there's maybe some decent items. It really does come down to how big the camps are in the mid game, which is going to favor the Farseer Headhunter. A map like Tidehunters, that's why Farseer Headhunters is so good there, because you can creep that bottom left. How big the camps are in the mid game, and also how much you could stack the blade in the early game. So if there's not a lot of big camps in the mid game and you can stack the blade early, it's a good blade map. This might check both those boxes, really.
The players are ready, and so are we. We're hopping into map number 2. FoCuS, with a really good record against Soin so far, out of the last 7 games, he won 6 of them. And Soin again, taking a beating. Last couple of times have been at least a 2-1. So Soin certainly very capable of taking a map at least. And of course also capable of winning this series outright. But it just felt to me like FoCuS looked more in control, looked more comfortable, looked more confident. And I got my money on FoCuS here, I gotta say.
Yep. Well, that's a safe bet, Remo Demo. I mean, he's up 1-0. Gotta take a gamble. Take a risk. Come on.
That's just playing the odds, bro. It's playing the odds.
True.
Live a little. God damn it.
All right, and then someone might be living a little here. This is Blade Master, potentially. Maybe, oh, okay, they're both going at least a grunt opener. I think, is this a Blade Mirror? Let's see. We're going to find out very soon. It's possible. It's possible. It still could be FoCuS, though. We're going to find out very soon.
On this map, there's double circlet camps, so that's always a good benefit for Blade. Also a big reason why Autumn Leaves is such a good Blade map, also because the shop is easy to get to. Here the shop is also easy to get to, but a lot harder to creep early on. It is Blade. Against FoCuS, oh, wow. That's what I like to see. And it's FoCuS playing Blade. Damn. Yeah. Good thing you didn't suggest this as a bet, because I would have gone all in and would have called you a fool for thinking FoCuS would play a Blade, but guess what? He is.
Yeah, surprise. We, of course, said at the beginning we thought it was going to be the other way around, but maybe FoCuS realizing, with so much experience being a FoCuS player, maybe FoCuS realizes what a strong FoCuS map needs, and maybe he realizes this is not one, but we'll see what his creep out is. Fascinated to see how this Blade stacks himself up. FoCuS is known for doing that on his Blades, finding all the items in the early game, just taking the cheese from the bread and going around the map.
The Blade Master could potentially get out of control if he gets an early level 3, perhaps even level 4. The damage might rain. I'm not an Orc player. You kind of are when you're not playing Super Mario 64. It feels like with the Blade Master sometimes you're kind of... What's the word? Like, your destiny is not always in your hands. It feels like when you find double ring and gloves, then it feels like sometimes the game's over already. It feels like he needs items. Speaking of which, starts off with the ring. That's not what you want.
Yeah, I think, especially in this matchup, I think you can make it work, say, against Night Elf, for instance, with Blade Master, but I think against Undead and maybe even in Blade Mirror, but against Undead and against FoCuS headrunners with the Blade, you kind of need the items, I feel like, and that ring, not going to be great. Both players getting a ring, actually not that bad on the side of Soin, who's going to be able to get the next permanent item here. Most likely.
Oh, so close. Not quite there in time. Ring of Superiority, a specialty on this map. But the Blade is going to get this last hit. That's a big deal. This allies level 2. Is this exactly the same experience on both sides? Certainly is. Went for the same creep route, basically. Thank you, Victor Ginas, with the 27-month resub, and the Blade is looking for the first kill. If he's persistent enough, he should get this one, but there's a lot of time also for the FoCuS. He'll be left to his own devices.
Yeah, that's a ton of time. He's gonna speed scroll to get it and not waste his entire early game, and that'll be level 2. But FoCuS is certainly gonna be getting level 3 if given this amount of space through and through. I love that he speed scrolled the Grunt as well to chase the other headhunter. That's also gonna lead him to the FoCuS because he knows that eventually someone's not gonna be able to creep anything bigger than these greens if he doesn't rally those headhunters across the map. He can only do so much with a Grunt and a FoCuS.
And he's doing what he can indeed here. Going for the green camp next. Gonna get another consumable here. Can always be a bit weird with a Firbolg Shaman with the rejuve. When you don't have enough damage, you can be stuck here for some time. But with the normal damage that he has, that should work out well enough. Sentry wards would be great, but it's more illusions. Illusions all over the place.
Blade goes and creeps. The Merc Camp and the Grunt still chasing. Oh, creeps get woken up by the illusion, as you mentioned. And this Grunt could fall. Okay, he will just barely get out.
Interesting.
FoCuS with Mercenaries. I think Mercenaries are particularly bad. The Berserker, of course, medium armor, not going to be good against the Wolves, and the Priest. No Abolish on this map, so just kind of bad overall. Is it really worth it? A Claws +9 is nice, but the experience, I guess, is what FoCuS was going for.
Yeah, I also feel like Shadow Priest is kind of trash. The Ice Troll Priest, I mean.
Yeah.
I like the Berserker, though. He's fast, he's zooming. Look at him go. He's got fast move speed.
True. And, Blade level 3 will be nice. Panda second for FoCuS. Okay, they still play Panda. They still play Panda. Fine. I'm fine with that. It's all right.
Wait.
version.
He's playing no Shadowhunter with a blade? Is that normal?
It has been at times. You need to be very, very aggressive if you're going to be playing Panda like this. Go for lots of creep jacks. There does come a point when... Oh, double bestiary for Soin, by the way. There does come a point when you can no longer really fight the Farseer Headhunter player when they have Bloodlust, when they have Tri-Hero, when they have Berserkers. You can't really do it with Grunts, so you do have to try to play momentum. You can almost see this Panda as like a Naga in like human against Night Elf or something like that. It's all about the momentum.
Yeah, interesting. Normally in the late game, especially if we get towards tier 3, a healer in long engagements almost can never be outscaled, so that's always the concern. When the fights extend too long, normally without a healer, you're going to be in trouble. So this Panda has to hit hard and quick, and of course get good damage. Also, we see Soin picking up a kill, but the Blade level 3 now very strong at picking off Headhunters.
Yeah, those claws helping out a ton, and the circlet that was purchased doing a ton. And yeah, the double bestiary is the exact strategy that Hitman mentioned that Soin destroyed him with when he was playing Blade Master. He said, I quote, "He was just ensnaring my blade at the perfect time and killing me with only raiders." So, we'll see if he
there was
does
this
it again.
crazy game from Soin. I casted that in the Dobie Cup. God damn it! Wait, let me look it up. It was so insane. So insane XD.
His raider control is I think the best of any orc player. You especially notice it against Alchemist. I always bring it up when he plays against Night Elf. But yeah, if you can control the blade, like he is a demon hunter, you ensnare him. He is a melee unit after all. He needs to get attacks. It's all about the efficiency so that you can get those critical strikes off. So you can use the raiders properly. They do enough damage mitigation to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It was a best of 3 against Fly in Dobie Cup Turtle Rock game. Was insane. That was such a crazy game. He was just spamming raiders, mass ensnare, 8 ensnares ready at all times. But we have a fight coming in now. Hex looking for the kill. This would be a big one on the Berserker, so the speed scroll had to be popped to get him away. Where's the ensnares?
Ensnares
Where's
done
the
now.
ensnares?
Just finished the upgrade, but the raider goes back, and now he's going to be able to go for that priest. Oh no, this is a horrible start to the fight for FoCuS so far, losing both of his mercenaries, and Hex again, Shaman out of position. Okay, a couple of headhunters may fall, but every other unit has already been dying.
Oh, 2 raiders might be getting stuck in the main base. Blade and Grunts blocking the way. Is there an exit here? I don't think there is. The Panda at the same time also in trouble. He might be going down. Heal potion saves him for now. Can he go for a TP to get out? Hell no, he got no money for that.
Oh, maybe Blake can pop him out. No, he's just going to go for the Grunt instead. So the Panda does fall. One raider gets out, so only one raider died in the back of the base. And 43 versus 30. Soin owned that fight.
Yes, absolutely. Shadowhunter now out of mana, but the Farseer has plenty more left. The claws on him, by the way, not too bad. And here we have the mass ensnare. Let's go. Being netted up as if he was a gladiator. But Russell Crowe is having a tough time over here.
What is his name? Do you remember his name?
Maximus. Maximus. Maximus.
The whole day, all five of his names. So you know that scene? My name is Maximus. Like about 84 syllables. It's been a while since I've seen that one. A true classic though as well. Everything's a classic to me though, you know? Big fan.
We are seeing Carson's brain just melting away before our eyes.
Alter melting away. How about a segue?
Yeah, that one's gonna go down. Too many raiders. Too much nets.
Oh, look at the raider control. Look at the blade.
Net it
What
up.
are you gonna do? That blade
The
might
raiders.
just be dead, actually. It is just dead, I'm afraid.
dead.
This is looking like a 1-1.
Mirror image.
Oh! Oh my god!
I called it.
And the GG. And that's a 1-1. Very nice game from Soin there. Man, he controlled that fight so well.
Ooh, what a fight, man. This Orc Mirror definitely delivers, and once again, a little bit of innovation in the matchup. Soin, yeah, I've not seen this before, Mass Raiders, but yeah, makes sense to me. Just lock everything down, kill whatever you want, no chance against that apparently, and FoCuS was as surprised as I was.
And our first game 3 of the day?
Yes, finally.
Wow. Yeah, 5 series in. All right, and we make it to Tidehunters, which is maybe another map we're gonna have a FoCuS mirror on. Again, talking about those 2 boxes you have to check to make Blade viable. It has good items early on. Marketplace, tons of claws. You can get insane blades on this map, but the other box of big camps in the mid game is so strong for the FoCuS Headhunter player. They can just creep to the bottom left and get all those consumables. It almost sort of forces you in a way to play FoCuS yourself. So I'd be surprised to see a Blade here, but maybe I'll be surprised.
I think there's no way FoCuS gonna go Blade. If somebody is going Blade, it would be Soin here, but I don't believe so. This just feels like such a good FoCuS map for the points you mentioned. Also, good early game creeping the greens and so on. So it should be FoCuS again, if you ask me.
Maximus Decimus Meridius. That's what it is. Thank you, chat. So many people knew that. Oh my god.
Well, they paid more attention in history class than you did, Carson.
Is that a real person?
Yes, of course. It's a documentary.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why Werner Herzog was doing the voiceover of it.
Russell Crowe is also 2,100 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
He looks like 2,100 kilos at the moment. Am I right, boys?
Oh my god.
Dude.
Poor fella.
Yeah, poor guy. He lives with a boat. Let's see who is cruising almost like as if they're on a boat into the final 4. FoCuS versus Soin the decision.
All right. Let's see if we will have the FoCuS mirror we were guesstimating. Seems like so far. Yep. That peon goes to wood. Oh, for FoCuS though. Does build the barracks. We could be seeing FoCuS Blade again. Surprised.
Are we though?
Is it though?
Are we though? Soin with lots of peons on lumber right away. What does that tell us?
Ooh, Fast Tech Firelord? Potentially.
Ooh.
Although, of course, he doesn't know it'll be a Firelord yet because he doesn't know he's up against
He's playing Blade again.
yet.
Oh my god. I would have lost everything.
It's surprising, right? Because,
Stubborn? Question mark?
yeah, why would he do the strategy that he lost with instead of the strategy that he won with?
Another great insight, Carson. Thank you.
Hey, man.
Because he wants to
it's-
prove
if
a
it's
point.
true- If it's true, it's true. You see? And if it's true, it's based. And that is what I am, okay?
Is that also how you were negotiating your deals with the what's it called? The video maker for your band video?
Of course.
That must
yeah,
have
of
gone
course.
well.
Yeah.
He's sitting there trying to work out some kind of deal.
I just storm in
he's
20
going like-
minutes late with sunglasses on. Let me tell you how this is gonna go down, okay?
If it's true, it's based. Listen.
It's so dumb.
All right, Blade. Gonna be looking for some claws of attack. You know you can actually avoid every single anchor hurl, I think it's called. If you attack your own grunt perfectly on time. They do have 6 MS, so it's actually possible for FoCuS to do that. But he ate 2 of them.
What has 6 MS? Like what?
Their ping is 6 MS.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have known that. Okay, never mind. Starting off with the circlet this time. Better for the blade. But guess what? The FoCuS steals away the slippers. Don't you just hate that when somebody takes your socks away? You gotta go barefoot.
Yeah. My roommate has a dog that always tries to step on your foot and then eat your sock and take it away from you.
I was at McDonald's a couple of days ago, and they have this menu where you get a Big Mac menu and stuff, you know. And they also give you red Christmas socks.
Ooh. I like fancy socks. I need more of them.
Chat, do you want to see my socks? Should we do a foot cam after the games?
You gotta pay double for that kind of action, all right?
Subscriber only stream.
Yeah. Triple circlet. Not
did he
too
windwalk?
bad for FoCuS. I don't know why he windwalked.
Seems...
Did he know the Farseer was gonna be here, so he timed it so that he could come back in?
Dude, that would be sick.
Oh,
Oh, and then he attacks too early. Ruined it all.
All and now FoCuS gonna back away. Soin trying to not allow him to salve, but FoCuS with a well-timed Windwalk, and goes back in, gonna disallow Soin now from being able to secure his own level 2.
Blade Master already nicely stacked up. This is gonna be a strong Mikasa. Could perhaps try to snipe the item as well from the Magi. We got claws in the shop as well. That might be a pickup here. We'll have to pop the speed scroll though, I suppose. To
Yeah.
everything up.
I mean, he'll have to use 3 salves anyway, so maybe he could just use an extra one. No, he's just gonna pick up the push and vulnerability and leave it alone. The claws will be there when he wants them later. And for now, the Farseer very under-leveled, it feels like, but I guess he didn't have too many units. And double bestiary again with a Shadow Hunter. This is maybe someone's preferred style against the Blade.
Crazy idea. Mirror image level 3. Completely trash or maybe?
I think it could be good. I think it'd be good. I also like the Walker edition. Mirror image with Walkers. Spear Link also very effective, so don't mind it. Don't hate it.
With the idea, of course, being that you can get off Ensnare with mirror image. But then again, there's so many Ensnares. Maybe it's a waste. Like, if there's 8 Raiders and you dodge 1 Ensnare, you know what? I think it's a stupid idea. All right, never mind. Because we will be seeing plenty of Raiders. That's for sure.
Ring of regen. And we'll be seeing Raiders on both sides, of course. For someone, I wonder if he doesn't win early on, what he does. Does he transition into like Wind Riders? That would be weird. Does he, you know, go into just Headhunters and try to get tier 3 for Berserkers? Does he get Walkers himself? Like, if he doesn't win, you know, by the time, let's say, the Blade is like level 4, the Shadow's level 3, what army does he go into at that point? Does he? He's got to go tier 3 at some point, I would have to imagine.
I got a reference back to that game of Soin versus Fly. It was a level 5 Blade Master, and he still killed him. It was such a crazy game. It was so weird. Just with mass and snares, locking down the Blade, ignoring him until there's nothing left but the Blade. First ensnare being shown now. Wait, is he in trouble here? Hex. Next Raider.
Oh, perfectly timed. Oh, he speed scrolls it back. Raider as well. He might be forcing his potion. Yeah, does force the potion. That is like a huge investment for FoCuS just to stick around here a little while longer. VIP Falcon. Hero focus now on the Shadow. He's pretty squished. He's only level 1. Raider gets 1 kill. I mean, Blade Master gets 1 kill on the Raider. But the Shadow gets away for FoCuS. Costs him another speed scroll here. And Hex and Ensnare. I was saying that already a couple of weeks back. Like, this looks like Razorman, dude. It's just Hex and Ensnare non-stop. Going for the heroes. A deny, even. That's kind of cute. But the hero's still dead. And Soin perhaps in trouble here. Oh, first Walker here. Spirit Link. Only lands on the Walker. Oh, no. He didn't fully link everything. Could use the Cloak. And Dust could be purchased eventually from the shop. But, oh, Blade Windwalk. He's going to force the TP. One more Raider does go down to the Walker. And FoCuS with a good fight there.
Soin seemingly just got walloped. His Farseer not being level 3 here, that seems like a big problem.
Yeah.
In these early tier 2 skirmishes, the level 2 wolves would be so good, but didn't have them to rely on here, and yeah, at the shorter end of the stick. Blade Master growing stronger, Shadow Hunter about to get level 2, Walker. Ethereal should save him.
Oh, the Raiders can't get surface area. Yeah, I think the level 2 wolves are very, very important if you want to go for those heroes as well, because that normal damage and those critical strikes is hugely impactful. Oh, 2 grunts now going for the Blade, going to force another potion of vulnerability, potentially. Peons being pulled. There's not a lot of Walker mana, though. Windwalk, potion of vulnerability, Ring of Regen working as well now.
Yeah, focusing the Blade.
Oh,
Feels a bit
Farseer.
wrong to me. And Farseer goes down. This is a second hero kill. Only way back for Soin into this game is he kills the Blade. But he's so damn tanky. Triple circlets and ring and Spirit Link. And that's game. GG is called and Soin eliminated from his strongest tournament.
Yeah, that wasn't his mirror, really. FoCuS making great adjustments, and you only fool him once, apparently. So, FoCuS... Yeah, Carson?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Fool him
what?
once.
You want to add to that? You want to add to that?
Shame on Well, you fooled once, you can't get fooled again. That's all
Dude,
I'll say.
there's 8 billion people in the world, and I chose you two to cast with me.
Don't blame me, blame my time zone, all right?
Yeah, you have an excuse, that's for sure. But yeah, as I said, FoCuS survives. So for now, a perfect race distribution in the top 4. We got an Undead, we got a Night Elf, and we got an Orc. But of course, Warcraft 3 has only 3 races. So for the final 4, we need a second player of one of the races, and that will be decided next in the lower bracket round 2, when we have Colorful versus Labyrinth. First showing of Colorful today. We saw him yesterday already in the Night Elf Orc day, and so far he looked good versus Soin 2-1, was then defeated by Foggy 2-1. So we'll see how far he can go. He had some deep runs here as well, but so far it's not been the Chinese tournament. Lots of eliminations, whether it's Sini or 15 Sway or Ice Orc. It doesn't really matter. Kaho yesterday first to be eliminated as well. It's only Colorful to carry the pride of China. Otherwise, it's Foggy Happy and, of course, 2 Koreans. We are here to celebrate W3Champions, as you guys know by now. We're still sitting on a $3,669 nice dollar prize pool. I still don't see the big 4K. I know I need glasses, but I really want this tournament with 4K. Let's see if you can do it. I don't have much faith in you anymore, community. I feel like you ran out of steam. You can't do it. What do you guys think? Do you have... Remo, you're smiling like that? Or do you want to add? You're muted.
Remo?
Neo coming in with the psychology plays over here. I see what's going on.
I don't think
Chat.
they have it in them. I mean, there's...
Chat, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Prove him wrong.
New Reddit
If
post.
you reach 4,000,
incoming.
Neo has to buy glasses. That's a deal.
There's 2,500 people. We need $331. I'm not too sure. Prove me wrong, but I don't believe in ya. W3Champions is always looking for new people to contribute to the project, though. And maybe you can help with that if you're able to code JavaScript, C#, .NET, jQuery, Rust, TypeScript, or Node, or if you can help Kenshin with some designs, if you know how to do some animation, because that's the one thing I gotta say that Battle.net has better, these winning animations and level up animations. I want that on W3Champions too, so if you can help with that, reach out, join the Discord, contact Safit. I think he's the go-to guy, but anybody from the admin team, really. We'll help you out with that. And of course, moderators. We need a lot of moderators to process all the reports. Remo just leaves. Nice. He's afraid of the moderator. What the hell?
WeChat.
Ah,
Colorful.
WeChat, colorful. Yes.
You know?
All right. Yeah, I need to recover from that cast of the last series. It's gonna be Labyrinth versus Colorful after a little break.